A real estate company spending over $20,000 a month on lead generation reached out to me recently. They had 15 agents, a solid team, and serious ad spend. But they were losing close to 65% of their leads. Not because the leads were bad, but because they did not have proper systems in place to manage and close those leads. In this video, I'm going to show you the complete AI system I built to solve that. Before we get into the demos, let me quickly walk you through the entire system. So the first stage in this entire pipeline is your lead source. You could be getting the leads from portals, Facebook ads, Google ads, your website, or Instagram. Next, all of those leads flow into your CRM. You could be using HubSpot or Pipedrive, PropXRM, or anything else. All the real estate businesses have both of these things figured out on their end. What they miss is everything after this. So the moment a lead comes in and it is captured in your CRM, that's where our systems kick in. First of all, it triggers two AI assistants. A voice assistant that calls the lead right away, and a text assistant that handles WhatsApp conversations, social media conversations, or website chats. And the purpose of both of these assistants is to qualify leads, answer their questions, handle objections, and try to book the site visits. And if the assistant is not able to address something, or if a customer wants to get in touch with a human, assistant can escalate that conversation and assign it to a human for immediate attention. And both of these assistants capture all the information about the customer and builds customer profiles in a unified database. That database powers a smart follow-up engine. There's also a system for lead scoring, like hot, warm, or cold, so your team knows exactly who to focus on first. And all of this flows into analytics dashboard as well. By the end of this video, every single block on this diagram will make sense. So let's get into it. If anything you have seen so far is something your business needs, there is a link in the description to book a quick call. And we can discuss how these systems can help your business. First of all, let's talk about our assistants. And I want to show you why this matters before we jump in. So the average lead response time in real estate right now, it's over 15 hours. And research from MIT shows that if you don't contact a lead within 5 minutes, they are 21 times less likely to ever qualify. So that gap between when someone fills out a form and when someone actually calls them back, that's where most of your marketing budget goes to die. And this system closes that gap. Let me show you how. So let's say this is your contact form. As a customer, I can land here maybe through your ads or through your website. Let me fill up this form. Name is Nirmal. I'll fill in the email address, my phone number, and let's say I'm interested in 2 BHK. And the purpose is investment. And as soon as I submit this form, I'll get a call from my voice AI agent. Okay, I waited for like 10 seconds and I've received the call. Let me pick up the call and see how it goes.
Hi, is this Nirmal?
Yes.
Hey Nirmal, this is Sarah from Premier Realty Group. I noticed you showed interest in the Sterling Residences in Business Bay. Great choice, by the way. I just wanted to quickly reach out while units are still available. Is now a good time to chat for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, it's a good time. I had a couple of questions. How much does a 2-bedroom unit cost?
Absolutely, Nirmal. For the Sterling Residences, the 2-bedroom units are 1,180 square feet and start at $520,000. Are you considering this for your own use or more as an investment?
What kind of return can I expect if I rent it out?
Great question, Nirmal. For the Sterling Residences, the average rental yield for a 2-bedroom is around 6.8% per year. The location and amenities make it really attractive for tenants, so it's been getting solid interest from investors. The best way to get a feel for the space and the building is a quick site visit, completely no obligation.
What else do you have in Marina?
Absolutely, Nirmal. In Dubai Marina, we have a couple of great options that are also very popular with investors. 1. Azure Residences, ready to move in, with 2-bedroom units starting at $580,000. These come with sea views, a fully fitted kitchen, infinity pool, private beach access, and a rental yield averaging 6.5%. 2. Marina Horizon. Handover is in
I need to
queue.
talk to someone about negotiating the price.
For pricing discussions and negotiation options, I'll have Adam, one of our senior property consultants, reach out to you directly. He'll be in touch with you shortly. In the meantime, would you like me to send you the floor plans and details for both the Sterling Residences and the Marina options on WhatsApp? That way you can review everything at
Please
your
send them
convenience.
over.
Perfect, Nirmal. I'll send you the floor plans and details for both the Sterling Residences and the Marina options on WhatsApp shortly.
Also, when can I schedule a site visit?
Absolutely, Nirmal. For a site visit, I have Thursday at 11 a.m., Friday at 2 p.m., or Saturday at 10 a.m. available. Would any of those work for you?
Yeah,
If not, just let me.
Saturday 10 a.m. works fine for me.
Perfect, Nirmal. So that's Saturday at 10 a.m. for your site visit. I'll send you a WhatsApp confirmation with the location, directions, and the floor plans for both the Sterling residences and the marina options. When you arrive, you'll meet one of our senior property consultants who will walk you through everything. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. If anything changes, just reply to the WhatsApp message. Have a great day.
Okay, great. So that was really smooth. And both the voice and text assistants are trained on your data. They're completely aware about your brand, your projects, pricing, floor plans, your company information, any frequently asked questions, and are optimized for sales. They not only address the customer queries, but they try to get them for the site visits. Now, that was a lead who filled out a form, but you may be running your ads on Instagram or Facebook where people can tap and message on WhatsApp and they start asking questions. And this is where most companies completely drop the ball. The lead sends a message and gets back, "Thanks for reaching out. Our agent will contact you shortly." And then nothing for hours. But in this system, our text assistant fixes that. So let's say as a customer, I click on that and start the conversation. And then immediately, within 2 to 5 seconds, I get the reply. I can then ask follow-up questions like, "I'm looking for investment purpose and what's the rental yield, etc." And then I keep getting all the facts and figures within seconds. I can ask for the payment plan and I get them instantly. I can clarify the payment plans, any offers, discounts, and once I'm satisfied, I can schedule a site visit. And it perfectly creates the calendar event, sends me the documents on WhatsApp, and it makes my experience so much better. Similarly, you can have this text assistant on your website or tie it with your social media accounts. So if someone messages you, they get instant replies without you having to worry about any manual intervention. Now, next component in this pipeline is our unified database. Now, this is the piece that ties everything together. Every conversation, phone call, WhatsApp, whatever, feeds into one customer profile. Budget, preferred locations, property types, full voice call summary, his site visit on Thursday, and everything else in one place. Now, if I call back next week, the system already knows who I am, what I'm looking at, and if a different person on your team picks up my follow up, they have the full picture right there. Now, this database is what makes the next part possible. Next component in this pipeline is smart follow up. And what I'm about to show you is the difference between automation and actual intelligence. Most follow up systems send the same template to every lead on a timer, but this one does not. And here's how it works. The follow up engine has access to three things: the customer's conversation history, their stated requirements and interests, and the latest market data, including your current listings, price movements, new launches, availability. And then it uses all of that to decide when to follow up and exactly what to say. Look at these two messages going out on the same day to John and Sarah. And both of these follow up messages were crafted using all the information we had about them so far and the market insights. It's the same system, but it sends completely different messages to different customers. And that's how it should be, because they are different people in different situations. And it keeps going until the customer converts, says they are not interested, or opts out. No lead just quietly dies in the CRM. Every single one gets persistent and relevant attention. If you have tried drip sequences before and leads stopped responding after the second message, that is why. Generic messages get ignored and personalized ones get replies. Now, next component in this pipeline is lead scoring. Both AI assistants are analyzing every conversation as it happens. Based on what the customer says and how they respond, the system scores every lead: hot, warm, or cold. A lead is hot when that person is ready. They have confirmed the budget, they are asking about specific units, they want to visit this week. These get flagged immediately. Your team or agent gets an alert to follow up on this. Leads are warm when they are interested, but it's not urgent. They are browsing, comparing, maybe waiting for a price change. The follow up engine handles these automatically. No agent time needed until they heat up. And then we have cold leads with minimal engagement. They filled the form but never responded, or said they are just researching. These stay in the nurture sequence, but they are not taking up anyone's time. Your team should be spending time on hot leads and site visits, not chasing people who are not ready yet. The system makes sure that happens. Finally, we have the most interesting part, which is analytics dashboard. Because this is where it all comes together. You get the most important analytics populated right here, so that you know what exactly is working and what needs to be changed. You get this lead source intelligence. It breaks down your acquisition pipeline: Zillow, Realtor.com, website, ads, everything. And then it gives you a detailed performance report on what was the cost per booking from each of these platforms. Then you can decide whether to increase your spend on a certain source and turn off others. You get all of these analytics for the lead volume, lead source breakdown, average response time, call answer rate, and appointments booked, lead temperature distribution. And in fact, the interesting thing is you can create your own charts. You can simply type what you want here. For example, new leads per day for 30 days. Just click on generate and preview and add it in the dashboard, and it will be available for you going forward. Then you have the leads. Now this is where you can see all the leads, their sources, temperature, etc. Then you have all the conversations. Then we have something called as conversation intelligence. And I think it's going to become the most valuable part over time. The system analyzes every conversation across voice and text. It analyzes every question people ask, every objection, every reason someone gives for not booking, and it surfaces patterns you'd never catch manually. For example, the top objections here were price is above their budget, need more time to decide, and want to see more options. And then another important part is the AI chat. Now, this is where you can actually chat about your data. You don't have to go and search in the tables and find out all the metrics by yourself. This agent has access to all of your data. You can ask for most common objections, then how to resolve them. Basically, this is where you can get all of your answers about your data answered. And then you can realign your strategies based on those insights. And that's the complete system. And this system does not compete with your existing CRMs or other tools that you're using. Instead, it works on top of them to give you a better solution. If anything you see in this video is something your business needs, there is a link in the description to book a one-on-one call with me. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.